I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad. I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad. Doing no cap.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Tino here, as we're here today for another episode of the Road to WrestleMania. As we are 2 weeks from Saturday, we will be in Philadelphia, WrestleMania, Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown, the Hall of Fame, NXT Stand and Deliver, and so much more. So, we're here today to talk about all the news, the notes, the rumors, and everything going on in the world of WWE, and a few other things going on in the world of wrestling. We got 3 new matches that have been announced since last week. CM Punk said last night on Monday Night Raw, he don't care how it is. You can't have WrestleMania in Philadelphia without Phil. So, no matter what way, CM Punk's going to find his way to WrestleMania. And we got a lot more to talk about. So, happy Tuesday, everybody. I appreciate all of you guys coming here and hanging out. Before we get into all of this stuff, let's get to the chat. We got my MVP, the one, the magical one, Mr. Jadis Young, in the house. What's up, Jadis? So, guys, leave your comments, leave your concerns, what you want to talk about, all that good stuff. But as usual, I got a bunch of pictures, a bunch of quotes, and a bunch of stuff to talk about. We also do have some WWE 2K24 news and everything else like that. So, let's start it. Let's get to it. Like I said, guys, you got any questions, leave them in the comments, leave them in the live chat, leave them wherever you want to. If you're on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, wherever you're watching from. Get everybody from here on Tino's time. Okay, well, pretty much just me because it's only me. But
I'm watching.
I mean, okay, see, you watch, but you don't like you don't. I don't see you getting the pictures.
Real thing.
Oh yeah, you get all the behind the scenes
every day.
Anyway, let's start it off with Phil. Mr. Phil, he said that he had a little promo package on Monday night last night, and he said, as I just said a couple minutes ago, he said that you cannot have WrestleMania in Philly without Phil, and he don't care if he has to walk, he don't care if he has to sleep outside of Lincoln Financial. He will be at WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia in some way, shape, or form. And if you guys did not know, and if you were not watching Monday Night Raw last night, we saw. And if you have not seen the past few weeks, it is announced as they are returning home to Chicago, Illinois. CM Punk is. The last time we saw him, your boy Tino and Chumblebee, I guess Chumblebee was kind of there. Here's across the street. Yeah. But Allstate Arena, Chi-Town, Illinois, Monday Night Raw next week. Phil, CM Punk is back. Should be interesting to see what he's got to say about Drew, about WrestleMania, and what is his plans for Philadelphia. So, CM Punk, guys, looks like we'll be seeing him next week, and we'll be continuing to see him on the road to WrestleMania. But let's get into a few things that we have to talk about and stuff like that. So let's talk about Mrs. Mercedes Moné. We're going to talk about a little AEW action real quick. Mercedes Moné, she says, I'm not Mercedes Moné for no reason. Money changes. Money changes everything. Yes, it does. I'm absolutely about that bag. Guys, you got to get that bag of money. It's all about that money. And Mercedes, Sasha, she knows what she's doing. She did sign a multi-year deal with AEW. So it looks like we'll be seeing Mercedes Moné be in AEW for at least a short period of time. And who knows? Maybe after the contract's up, maybe she wants to come back. And maybe we see Sasha Banks around 2027. And Mercedes has herself a big name. She comes back. She gets that big main event. And she has the right ending to her career that she wants to have. But for the next few years, we'll be having to see, and if you want to see Mercedes Moné, you will have to go watch AEW on Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and whenever there is a PLE pay-per-view premium live event, whichever way you want to say it. So, we got Mercedes. And also, guys, we have some news about possibly being pulled from the roster. I don't know exactly what happened or exactly what is going on, but it seems like Raquel Rodriguez is hurt. She may be having something going on. I don't know. There's nothing that I've seen or heard of or anything else like that. But looks like not Mercedes. I'm sorry. It looks like Raquel Rodriguez is not, and she will not be on the main roster. Maybe she's taking a break. But all I wanted to say is I hope she's okay, and I hope we see Raquel back before not too long. And as we saw her return for the Elimination Chamber and everything else like that, let's hope that she is okay, and let's just hope everything is good with her, because I hate seeing injuries like this. And also another injury that did happen, I don't know if I have it on here, I think I might, but if I do not, it looks like we have another curse. I do right here, guys. It is reported that we have another injury. The curse of the women's tag titles continue, as Asuka has reportedly been pulled from the WWE live event to a possible injury that she sustained last week on SmackDown in the tag team match that she was competing in. So we'll have to see what happens with Asuka, but let's hope she's okay. Let's hope we can get her back for WrestleMania. But if not, I don't know what exactly they're going to do with the tag titles. I feel like maybe you vacate them and then you have a fatal four-way match. You could see something where we just see like an all-out women's match and we just see a bunch of them. I don't know. But these women tag titles, guys, just seem to not do any good. And it's just sad that we cannot ever, and we do not. It just, it aggravates me. So, Asuka, please get better, and let's hope it's not too serious of an injury. But let's continue on with some more notes, as if you guys did not see, sadly, it looks like Bray Wyatt, Wyndham Rotunda, is not expected to be inducted in the WWE Hall of Fame class. We have 2 weeks left until WrestleMania. It seems like they're going to add one more person, and it's been rumored to be a bunch of different people. I'm sure we're going to hear about it probably this Friday, next Monday, but it does not look like it's going to be Wyndham Rotunda. And I've said it on a few of my videos. You guys let me know what you guys think about it. WrestleMania 41, it's in Las Vegas, it's in Minnesota, it's wherever it may be. We still don't know where it is going to be. Why don't we have Bray Wyatt be the main person for the 2025 WrestleMania Hall of Fame, WrestleMania 41. You could put him in by himself, and then you can put the Wyatt family in as a group, because they always have a tag team, they always have a faction, and you could put Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, Aaron Rowan, and if you want to add Braun Strowman, I guess you could, but you put the Wyatt family in the Hall of Fame. You could have Eric and Braun come out and do the speech and represent and take the honor representing the Wyatt family. And then you could go on with 3 other people. If it's a woman, if it's the Ultimate Award, if it's a celebrity, whoever it is. Wyatt family gets their whole thing about them. And I just think it would be a great way, because it just does not look like Bray Wyatt, Wyndham Rotunda, is going to be inducted this year. But that's okay, because there's always next year. And I think it'd be great if they did it that way, so that he could be having the spotlight. And then I think also, like I said, it'd be cool if they also added the Wyatt family into it. So, what do you guys think about that thought? What do you guys think about that thing? And what do you guys think about that possibly happen next year at WrestleMania 41? But some news on Bray Wyatt, Wyndham Rotunda. We have, guys, April 1st, we have Becoming Immortal, the Bray Wyatt documentary coming out. It's going to make all of us cry. And it is not only going to make us all cry, but it's also going to be narrated by the dead man, The Undertaker, in the documentary, as I said, April 1st, Becoming Immortal, Bray Wyatt, Wyndham Rotunda. We're going to go through his whole entire career from Husky Harris to The Fiend, to the Firefly Funhouse, to the Eater of Worlds, to the Burton Fiend. We're going to go through it all. We got interviews from John Cena, Alexa Bliss, Undertaker, so many more, guys. It's going to be an emotional day. I did put on the poll on the community tab. If you guys want to come here, and if you want to watch this episode, and if you want to watch the documentary live, Monday, April 1st, please go and vote on the community page and let me know. I want to know if you guys will watch it. I don't mind coming here, but as long as you guys want, and as long as you guys will watch it with me, I'd really love that. So, Bray Wyatt documentary coming out April 1st on Peacock, Becoming Immortal. Everybody grab your tissues. That's all I got to say about that. We also do have some more Mercedes news, as Mercedes Moné had to say, I'm leaving WWE. She said, I put all my dreams into the WWE. And I just felt like it got taken away from me and everything just kind of came crumbling down. And you guys know it wasn't the best situation that they were in. And they, obviously, the women's tag titles, I mean, we still see today, to this day, how the women's tag titles just completely just, it just doesn't seem like they can do anything. And every time somebody has any type of success with the tag titles, then it kind of falls apart. And that's exactly what happened with Naomi and Sasha. They got sick of it. They got fed up. They walked out. Obviously, all of that happened. And we just saw Mercedes Moné debut last week at AEW Big Business. And that is the last time we've seen Sasha Banks Mercedes since she walked out with the tag titles with Naomi. So it's good for Sasha Mercedes to be in AEW. She gets a fresh start. She gets a new opportunity to fight women that we may not have been able to see her fight, like a Toni Storm, like a Sky Blue, like a Chris Statlander, like a Serena Deeb, if Serena Deeb comes back. I mean, there's so many different types of opportunities. Jamie Hayter could come back. We could see that. We could see the CEO against the DMD Britt Baker, the Dr. Britt Baker, that is. That's the match I want to see. So, Mercedes, do your thing in AEW, prove everybody wrong, and let's show them why you are the boss and why you are the CEO. But speaking of the women's tag titles, we got some more stuff on those women's tag titles. Because Lita and Trish said they're ready for a WWE return. And maybe we see them take the tag titles. And maybe we see two legendary women. Yes, obviously Lita won the tag titles with Becky last year. But could you imagine Team Bestie winning the tag titles, walking out of whatever show that they win it at as the champions? Now that would be lit. So let's see what they have to say about a possible WWE return. As they had to say this: people like to talk about this imaginary curse of the women's tag titles. But I think that if Trish and I were tag champs, that somehow the curse would magically disappear. Kabuchi Warriors, you're not ready for Team Bestie. Guys, Team Bestie, Kabuchi Warriors, WrestleMania, I think that's a great tag team match. I'd love to see Kayden Carter, Katana Chance, Maxine, and Ivy. But if you could set up Team Bestie and you could set up Kabuchi Warriors, that'd be a good match to have at WrestleMania. That is honestly the only match I don't know what way and how it's going to go down for WrestleMania. Because we have so many matches announced. We have a lot of matches announced. We got 3 more that we'll talk about in a little bit. Or actually, we have 4 more, I guess, because one was made official, but we kind of knew that it was going to happen eventually. So, 4 matches. But what do you guys think for the tag titles? Do you guys think this is what's going to happen? Do you guys see something else going down? What do you guys see happening with the women's tag titles at WrestleMania? But we got some Rocky news, let's save the Rocky news for a minute. We got some Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins, which I think is great. Becky Lynch, guys, she got invited to the White House because apparently Ireland's national treasure, she is. It's a significant Irish celebration, so I'll be there. Hey, an opportunity to go to the White House? I mean, that sounds like a good time to me. You go to the White House? Nah? You don't want, okay, well, I guess he don't want to go to I'd go to the White House. So also, if anybody has got Becky Lynch's book, if you have read Becky Lynch's book, if you haven't read it yet, you should have known, and even Chumblebee saw this picture, and he don't even read books. Apparently,
yeah, I do.
Becky Lynch, he said science books. Apparently, Becky Lynch had a little bit, and she kind of had this to say about the picture that we all saw going viral. Apparently, I didn't ask him about putting the picture in the book, but he just laughed. He thought it was funny. Thank God. That could have went horribly wrong. I mean, yes, it could have. But that's why they're perfect for each other, because usually people would get very upset, but, obviously Seth didn't care. And it's just so funny now thinking back to that WrestleMania and that whole situation, because that was Kofi Kingston, that was WrestleMania 35, that was Kofi Mania, that was the night Seth opened up with Brock Lesnar, and then we saw Becky win against Ronda and Charlotte in the main event with that awful finish. But it's so crazy if you think about it. It's like after the show's over, like that's what these two are doing. That's just fantastic. And I don't even think we knew that they were dating at that time. I think we found out a little bit later on. So let's get to and let's talk about a little bit. I know Chris is gonna like this because let's talk about a little bit of Bayley Mania, everybody. Because Bayley has officially lost every member of Damage Control. Dakota wants nothing to do with her. Asuka wants nothing to do with her. Kyrie wants nothing to do with her. And Miss Io Sky is a menace, and she just wants to beat the crap out of Bayley. So, Bayley had this to say about Damage Control, and she is ready for WrestleMania. I'm going to take out Damage Control one by one. That's exactly what I'm going to do till I get to WrestleMania, and I take that title from Io freaking Sky. Io Sky, guys, great champion. I don't know if she's had the greatest run of all time, but I think this match is going to be very good. I think it's going to be exciting. I think we're going to see a lot of stuff go down, and it's just going to be a really, really good match and a really good time. I personally think the match is going to be, and the match will be most likely the start of night 1 or the start of night 2. We don't know exactly what night this match is going to be on yet, but you guys know the tag team match, the biggest tag team match of all time, and Roman and Cody are going to main event both nights. I understand people want Bayley to main event, and I get their point. She won the Royal Rumble. She deserves it. She won the opportunity. I completely agree with everything I just said there, and I can't argue with what you guys are saying about that because you're absolutely right. But what I can say is that you guys just have to realize that's not what WWE is going to do. They're trying to make this the biggest WrestleMania of all time, like they say every single year. But Bayley and Io is going to be a good match. And it shouldn't matter where it's on the card. As long as it's a good match and they're given the right amount of time, it will be good. And we're going to have ourselves a good time in WrestleMania in 40. Maybe we'll see somebody come back and help Bayley. Maybe we'll see, there's a lot of things that could happen in this match. That's why I think if you started off on night 1 or night 2, it'd be a great way to start off WrestleMania with one hell of a women's match. And Bayley walking out as the women's champion will just give everybody that adrenaline and that rush that they want to go for the rest of the show. So that's why I think Bayley should start off night 1 or night 2. But Chris, I see you in the chat, bro. So let me know what you think about it and what everybody else thinks. Right now, before I start and before we go to the next thing, we got 43 people in the house. So I want to say thank you to everybody coming here and hanging out with me here today on this Tuesday afternoon. If you have not yet, please go and hit that like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. I have noticed, I've looked at some of the numbers, and there's about like 45% of you that will watch it, but you don't hit that like button. It's free, takes 2 seconds, helps the channel, get more people in here. So if you're watching on Twitter, X, YouTube, wherever you're watching from, please share, hit that like button. Let's get more people in here. And let's just continue having great numbers as we have been lately. So I appreciate you guys. But let's get back and let's talk about more information as we got some more quotes and some stuff going on about the great one as The Rock. You guys know people have been being big crybabies because The Rock is allowed to swear and The Rock is allowed to say what The Rock is allowed to do because he's The Rock. The Rock has been doing this since 1989 or however long he's been doing this. I forget. Well, I think it was like 1993 he made his debut. But The Rock has been doing this forever. And I understand people don't want the double standards and this and that, but it's the freaking Rock, guys. That's like coming out and telling Stone Cold that he's not allowed to come out and drink beer because it's PG. No. Stone Cold's going to come out, he's going to be smashing those beers, and he's going to be having himself a good time like he did at WrestleMania in Dallas. So, let The Rock swear. Let The Rock do whatever The Rock does because the stuff that The Rock is doing right now is fantastic, and heel Rock is so great. But The Rock had this to say. You sound like somebody The Rock can love, drunk and horny. That's what he said on SmackDown. Networks and standards and practices have issues with my language, but I'd rather be real than not. I talk from my heart and shoot from the hip and try to always have fun. Enjoy The Rock concerts. Final boss, hashtag SmackDown. The Rock is the final boss. And as you guys saw on Friday, he said he's going to whoop Cody with that belt. He's going to talk to Cody's mama. He's going to have himself a little drunken good night after WrestleMania. That's what The Rock does. Now, what do I think's going to happen? We'll have to find out when I do the WrestleMania preview show. But right now, this stuff with The Rock is fantastic. And for anybody that is hating on it, And for anybody that is not like it, I just don't think that you guys need to realize this is going to be, and just enjoy this, because who knows how long the Rock is going to be here. Who knows how long, we'll see any of this. So just enjoy it while it's here, because that's the only thing you can do, guys. There's just no reason to get upset about it. We also have more, and some talent, as I said, guys, some talent was upset about the double standards for The Rock. But again, it's The Rock. It's Dwayne freaking Johnson, guys. Again, I don't know what you want me to say and what you think is going to be said. It's going to make some of you guys feel better. But it's the freaking Rock. Just like John Cena, Undertaker, Triple H. They've all earned that right to do and say what they want, because how good they are and what they brought to the business and what they put their bodies and careers through to entertain us. So if Rock wants to go out there and call Cody's mama and talk about Seth being a girl and all the other shenanigans, let The Rock go and do his thing, guys, because The Rock is The Rock. Now, before we get to the matches that have been announced for WrestleMania that have been since last week, let's talk about a little WWE 2K24 news, guys, because as you guys saw, and I cannot believe it's already been 3 weeks since it's been out, but WWE 2K24, I think today marks 3 weeks. That's kind of sick. Yeah, 2 weeks. 2 weeks today is when it came out. The fact it's already been 2 weeks is kind of crazy. Sunday, we played the My Show. We played the Showcase mode. We went through all 21 matches. We played the bonus match over, and we had fun. So I really hope that helped you guys, and I want to say thank you again. We had over 600 people in that chat at one point. We had a bunch of comments. We had a bunch of stuff going on, so I just appreciate you guys coming here and hanging out. As I said, remember, we did just finish the men's My Rise, so not this week, but next week, we will be starting the women's My Rise Unleashed, as we are going to be using an up-and-coming WWE superstar, or not WWE, I should say, but up-and-coming wrestler superstar that could possibly be in the WWE in one day. Maybe she's main events in WrestleMania 47. I don't know, but you'll find out who that is next week. But the Women's My Rise is coming. We'll be live here Sunday for more WWE 2K24, as we will be playing all day long. We got matches. Maybe we'll check out the My Faction, and we're just going to have ourselves a good time. Also, if you did not see, we did have patch updates 1.04, and they did these things. I want to make sure I get it up so I can tell you exactly what they did. But the patch is up, and it is seeming to work right now very well. But again, we'll have to see what happens. Obviously, more things come up. Obviously, more things happen. But for right now, I really hope that we're in a good spot, and I really hope that we continue to do what they're going to be doing with the WWE 2K24. I've enjoyed it, and I think it's a good time. So, the patch for WWE 2K24, they fixed some creation suites with some people having issues with their colors not showing up, people having issues with other things that just is not going right with the community creations and everything else like that. They did fix several stability issues that have been addressed, which means obviously just the regular stability issues. They addressed concerns over the referee meter. They addressed concerns also related to the ring announcer playing audio twice, I should say. So they did fix those few things for WWE 2K24. I hope you guys are all enjoying the game. Let me know in the comments how you guys are enjoying the game. Did you get it yet? What edition did you get? And I'm enjoying it. I'm excited to continue to play it, and I'm excited just to continue to see what we can do and how far we really can bring WWE 2K24. So before we get into the matches too for WrestleMania, let's get to the chat. Let's see what you guys are doing today, how you guys are feeling. So let's go. What are you doing? What do you think? What are you doing?
I'm chilling, bro.
Oh, sure, okay. Yo, what's up, Jadis? Okay. So Jadis has a question. What match will be underrated and overrated so far? So if you're talking about WrestleMania, I think the match that's going to be underrated is that ladder match. I think the ladder match is going to be very underrated, And people may very not like, and they may be very upset that we may see Awesome Truth win it, but I think it's going to be a great match. Overrated? Probably this tag team match. They're calling it the biggest tag team match of all time, like they do every time we have a match. It's the biggest match of all time. John Cena against The Rock. 1 year. It's once in a lifetime. And then we saw it 2 years in a row. So, I understand it's going to be a good match. It's going to be a good thing and everything else like that. But I feel like the build to the match is going to be better than the actual match. And as you guys know, we've watched a lot of WrestleManias here on the channel. And we've seen a lot of same things go on where they say it's the biggest, but the build is good and the match not so much. So that's my fear. But we'll have to see what happens. And I hope I'm wrong. I really do. Jadis is calling you out. He said you are not the MVP. Bray does deserve it. Yes, he does. Wyndham Rotunda. It's going to be so fun. It's going to be a good documentary. Not even fun. It's going to be sad. But he does deserve it, and it's going to be a good just going through the career of Wyndham. You think they ain't? You think, well, who ain't? You think, huh? I don't know what that means, Jadis. You think that they haven't had him yet because he's a documentary that's coming out WrestleMania weekend? Not even, I just personally, I think that, again, they might, and maybe they do add him. But I just do not think that they're going to, because if they were, I feel like he would have been like the first or second announced, and I feel like they would have used the documentary and the Hall of Fame to build the documentary up even more. So that is why I feel like it's not. But again, if it does, that's amazing. That's beautiful. It's going to be like I said, it's going to be a really good episode. It's going to be a good documentary. Like I said, a little sad, probably a lot of sad, but it should be really good. We also did see Bo Dallas. We did see his brother in the promo video for yesterday on Raw. We saw him with the Fiend mask and the Uncle Howdy mask. I don't know if you guys caught that. So, looks like we'll be hearing, and Bo will probably be having a few parts in it, which is really cool and really good. But it's one of those things I'm excited to watch, but I'm not excited to watch. That's messed up. His documentary comes out on April for Jadis, oh my God. Jadis, why are you looking into everything, bro? It's also the beginning week of WrestleMania week. And it's also the last Monday Night Raw before WrestleMania. So that is probably why. You think there's nothing left to do for Sasha and I mean, I think there is. I think she could come up, and I'd love to see her have matches with Roxanne, Cora Jade, Tiffany Stratton, women, Lyra. I think there's so many opportunities. But I think for right now, I think that Mercedes is where she belongs and where she needs to be, because she is computer dying, guys. Chumblebee knocked the cord out a little on accident.
What you mean?
When you plugged your thing in, the thing just came out a little. That's all. That's all. No problem. No, it's not your fault.
I didn't even touch anything.
No, I know. I'm just saying when you pushed your thing in, and probably that's what happened. Anyway, guys.
Tino trying to blame Chumblebee for everything, guys.
That's okay. That's usually what I do here. So, yeah. But I think her going to face people like Britt, Toni Storm, Ruby. We could see her face Tay. When Tay comes back, Julia Hart, Chris Statlander. I mean, there's a lot of women we've never seen her face before. So I think that's really good. And yes, Sasha, Mercedes has faced a lot of the people in WWE right now. But like I said, 2 years from now, we'll be at WrestleMania 42. We'll probably have women like Tiffany, Cora, Roxanne. Like everybody in the NXT, guys, could very well be main eventing and being in the main parts of WrestleMania in just a few short years. We don't know what's going on with Charlotte. Bayley, I'm sure eventually will take a little break. Becky, I mean, obviously, we don't know if Becky and Seth want to have another girl or boy. We don't know what wants to go on. So let's just enjoy it while we have it. And I understand everybody wants the Liv Morgan love fest, and everybody has the Liv Morgan obsession. But she might very well be in that picture too. So Should be interesting to see where the women's division is in a few years. But just imagine having that. Mercedes comes back. We can see have her Roxanne, her and Cora, her and Tiffany, her and, I mean, there's, like I said, so many women that we can go and see her. So I think she'll be good in AEW for a little bit of period of time. And then eventually we will see her back at home in the WWE, where it seems like they always come back to. Kayvon Wallace went to the Seahawks. I don't know who that is. It can be everyone, every team which signing was the best in free agency. Jadis, this is not a football show, but quick best free agency signing real quick. Probably honestly, it's probably one of the running backs with Henry, with Barkley, something like that. I think the running backs are going to make a big thing. I will not be answering, Jadis. If you want to ask me those football questions, come back and ask me them tonight when we play MLB. No more. I'm going to try to keep the questions to the topic of what we're talking about in these episodes. But if you do want to talk about stuff like that, come and hang out during the live streams. We're watching the show. We're playing a video game. When we don't got anything to talk about, bring those questions to me. Hey, that's some news for Chris. Naomi and Io Sky on Friday night. That's a new match I did not know we had. Okay. Some news. Yes, some news for Chris. Just for Chris. Dakota Kai will be back with Bayley after WrestleMania 40. I don't know. I really don't. Bayley versus Io at WrestleMania 40. Second to last match of night one. I don't know if that'd be a good place to put them. I think you start with them. Because if Bayley wins, then you could say, and like I said, then you could have, and it would be like where like Bayley, it would be interesting to see what happens. I'm doing good, Eric. What's up, bro? Don't forget tonight on NXT, Roxanne Perez is going to have her first match as a heel. Yes, sir. On Tuesday night, guys, tonight, we will be seeing heel Roxanne make her debut. Remember, guys, we will be here live for MLB The Show as your boy Tino is going to create himself in WWE. We already did that. We're going to create ourselves in MLB The Show. I'm going to put myself as a person on and in the MLB and if I remember correctly, I think with the baseball, I think we start in AA. So we're going to play some my career. We're going to play some franchise mode. We're going to have ourselves a good time as it's opening night and it's launch night of MLB The Show. So we will watch NXT also. We'll be coming here at 6:30. So we will be watching NXT also. So come and hang out. Let's play the show. And let's watch some NXT. Do I think Rhea retains? I think yes and no. And I think it's going to come down to the fact, and I think it's going to come down to more of what she has going on. Because we know she has a baby, or not a baby, I'm sorry. She has a wedding. She has a honeymoon she's going to go on. So, honestly, I think we could see Rhea lose the title at WrestleMania, have her have a little bit of a break, and then having her have herself a little bit of time off, and then come back and get back into the mix. Tomorrow morning, Jadis, we are doing WrestleMania 13 live. It was from Rosemont, Illinois, guys. WrestleMania 13, yes, it was. We'll be joined by Matt Ritter, not Matt Riddle, Matt Ritter, over on And Creating World. We've been on his podcast a few times. You guys know it's the one that's on the inappropriate site. You guys know what that means. But we've been on there. So Matt's going to make some time. He's going to come and hang out for WrestleMania 13 tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. And then Thursday, not Thursday, Saturday, we'll be here with Botkins for WrestleMania 14. What do I think of Cody's last promo on Raw? I think Cody Rhodes' last promo on Raw was the most amazing, most savage thing that I think we've ever seen Cody Rhodes do in the WWE and possibly AEW, because the stuff that they've been able to say lately, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I did want to mention this. Have you guys noticed that they're swearing a lot more? They're saying certain things that they're usually not supposed to say. I don't know if it's a Triple H thing. I don't know what it is, but I've just noticed that, and maybe it goes back to like what The Rock said. Maybe The Rock just, this whole bloodline storyline, this whole Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins storyline, maybe they're just giving free reign to them and they could just say whatever the hell they want. So that promo last night was fantastic. I cannot wait to rewatch it and see what happens on this Friday night, because if you did not see last night on Raw, we will be seeing Cody Rhodes and we will be seeing Roman Reigns, the men right behind me, show up by themselves. No Seth Rollins, no Rocky, no Paul Heyman, no Usos, no Jay, no Jimmy, no Solo. It's Roman, it's Cody, it's Friday night. So we'll have to see what happens on Friday. Mercedes Moné will be back in the WWE. Big facts. Sky Blue. Yes, I think I did say Sky Blue. Sky Blue against Mercedes. I'd love to see it. So you think Bayley is going to win the championship? Yes. I think Bayley wins, and I think she starts off night 1 or night 2. And again, I could be completely wrong. But what I think they're going to do, this is my prediction. If there's no more matches added to the card, I think we get the ladder match to start off night 1 or 2, and then Bayley starts off whichever one the ladder match wasn't. So if the ladder match is night 1, Bayley will start night 2. If Bayley starts night 1, I think the ladder match starts night 2. Because you guys know, if you've went back and watched WrestleManias, you've seen them do the ladder matches 1, 2, maybe 3 at most, but it's usually the first few matches. So that's what I think. Sami Zayn, I think it's going to have to do, and I think it's going to have to do more of what happens with Chad Gable, because it seems like that's the way we're going and that's the way we're heading for WrestleMania, is that triple threat match with Gable and Sami Zayn against Gunther. So I'm down for it. I'm excited, and I think it would be really cool to see, and I don't think Gunther would get pinned, and that's another reason on why I think that it is, and why it should be a triple threat, is because they're not going to want Gunther to lose the match, but they may very well want him to lose the IC title, because then we could see him go, and we could see him go on and see him go for the world title against Cody, against whoever is the world champion, Drew, CM Punk, whoever's champion in whatever time it is. I think we're going to see Gunther lose the IC title, and then we're going to see him go on to WrestleMania, go on after WrestleMania and fight for the world title. The Rock is being allowed, yes, The Rock is allowed to say, again, it's The Rock. The Rock is allowed to say whatever The Rock has to say. Paul will be there. He told Cody that's it, only going to be me and Roman, no one else. Yep. Oh, Paul, okay, I guess Paul will be there, I guess. I guess Paul Heyman can't go nowhere. He can't go nowhere without his tribal chief. Mania better live up to that's, again, what do I say all the time, guys, about expectations? What do I say all the time? I don't know why I'm moving my hands like this, but I am now. But all the time. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. But all the time. Don't get the expectations too high. Don't expect nothing. Don't think that all these crazy things are going to happen. Because if they don't, then you're not let down, you're not hurt, and you're not angry after the show ends. So, don't have any expectations. Go into WrestleMania enjoying the show, enjoying both nights, and if somebody comes back, somebody returns, if we see some type of promo video, if we see some type of debut, it's exciting because you have no expectations. I got no expectations. I know it's not going to be the greatest tag team match and the biggest WrestleMania of all time because, as I said, guys, they say that every single year, and if you've been watching the WrestleManias like I have, you would know that they just say that just to say it, and they don't really know or care about what exactly, and they don't really, yeah. So, just don't go in it with any expectations. Final Raw, Chad announces the triple threat. I mean, that's probably what's going to happen because we've seen Sammy and Gable have a little some. We're going to see The Rock. We're going to see Roman. We're going to see Cody. We're going to be seeing Seth. That Raw before WrestleMania is about to be lit. Don't think Jade will come out because everyone, see, I think if they're going to do anything with Jade, she either faces Bianca Belair, because what is Bianca Belair doing at WrestleMania? Or they put them in a tag team and they compete for the women's tag titles. That's what I'm going to say about that. So, caught up in the chat now. So, before we get into the 4 matches that have officially been announced for WrestleMania, make sure you guys continue to leave your comments, your concerns, hit that like button, all that good stuff, and I'll get back to your comments. We'll finish off the episode after we go through all the new matches that have been announced for WrestleMania 40 at WrestleMania April 5th and 6th, or 6th and 7th. I keep getting confused. I think it's the 6th and the 7th. So, WrestleMania 40, guys, it's coming together. And what do we think? But let's talk about these 4 matches, as we have one match that was made official, as it's No Yeet against Yeet. It's Jimmy Uso against Jey Uso. It's brother versus brother for the first time in 15 years since Matt and Jeff Hardy went head-to-head at WrestleMania 25. Jimmy and Jey about to have a tribal collide and a tribal combat, and just ready to beat each other up like they've been doing since they were in the wound. So, Jimmy Jey, great match. I think it would be really cool if they added like a tribal combat match stipulation, a no DQ, something like that. Falls count anywhere, a Philadelphia street fight. That would just make the match even better. So, Jimmy and Jey is official for WrestleMania. And then on Friday, we had 2 more matches be announced, as we are going to see Logan Paul, the U.S. champion, put that U.S. champion on the line against 2 men that we've seen in many WrestleManias, as Kevin Owens is having his first WrestleMania was 32, so it's KO Mania number 8, everybody, as Kevin Owens, the Legend Killer Randy Orton, the Viper himself, are taking on the YouTube sensation, the U.S. champion, in a triple threat match for that U.S. champion. And since this match is a triple threat, I think Kevin Owens pins Logan Paul. And I think we see Kevin Owens possibly walk out at WrestleMania as your champion. So that is what I think for the triple threat. We'll talk about it more, obviously, as the preview show comes out closer to WrestleMania. But Kevin Owens, Logan Paul, Randy Orton, set for WrestleMania. We also had on Friday, it is the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. He flew 45 plus hours just to beat the crap out of this man in the Elimination Chamber. And then he decided he was going to break a TV because AJ Styles is a menace. But it is official at WrestleMania 40, guys. We're going to be seeing the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, against the megastar. Let me talk to you. Yeah, it is L.A. Knight. Yeah, LA Knight, AJ Styles, WrestleMania, LA Knight getting that one-on-one singles match. How is this AJ's 8th WrestleMania? I have no idea. But AJ Styles, LA Knight, it's going to be a banger in Philadelphia. And then the last match that has been announced and that has been made official. We saw 3 teams qualify last night, and it is a 6-way ladder match for the Undisputed Tag Team Champions, as we have the Undisputed Tag Champs Judgment Day, Damian Priest and Finn Balor, as they take on the New Day. Yes, it is. Can I get a New Day? Do whatever you want to do. Use the trombone, all that good stuff. Okay. I do think that we will see Big E come out with the New Day. I think that'd be so cool. And then we got hashtag DIY. Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano making their first ever WrestleMania appearance in WrestleMania. It's going to be a good time as hashtag DIY is ready to show up in Philly. And then the last team that has been officially, we still have 2 teams to figure out, but it is Awesome Truth. It's Miz. It's R-Truth. R-Truth, if you remember, guys, at WrestleMania 32, he's afraid of climbing ladders. So we'll see what happens at WrestleMania. But Truth and Miz, they in the match, and we're going to have ourselves one hell of a 6-pack ladder match for the tag titles in Philadelphia. So that is all of the information that I have here for you guys today. As I said, we're going to get back to the chat. We're going to talk a little bit more. If there's anything that I have not talked about or anything I missed, please let me know. But I think for the most part, I think we covered pretty much everything. So let's get to and let's continue with the chat. Let's see what you guys are saying. And then we'll say goodbye until we come back here at 6:30 to play some MLB The Show. They have chat announced. Okay, there we go. You're a funny guy. Don't think Jade will come out because everyone thinks Jade. Again, Jade Cargill is fantastic because Jade Cargill knows exactly what she's doing. And again, she's absolutely right. Why would she go out there and hurt herself if she's making all that money? I mean, work smarter, not harder, right? I mean, that's what I would say. I'm just
Work.
Yeah, listen, if you're getting paid a bunch of money and you don't even have to wrestle, what's the point of coming out and wrestling? Shoot, you're making that money. Bayley has never won a world champion at WrestleMania, but Chris, I think your goals and I think it's about to change, as I do believe that we will be seeing Bayley win the women's championship at WrestleMania. Worst to best matches, best will be Roman and Cody. I hope no interference won't be. Well, out of the matches that are announced right now, I feel like, obviously, I think, okay, if you're talking about the best match overall, I think the best match overall, I'm going to get the card up here so I know all the matches, because I just want to make sure I'm not missing one. But I think the match that's going to be the best one of the weekend is going to be Jimmy and Jay. I think they had a stipulation, and I think Jimmy and Jay is going to be the best match of the night. The match that I think will disappoint the most is probably the tag team match, because they're hyping this thing up like it's the greatest match of all time, and every time they say that, everybody knows that it's not that big of a match. They always hype these matches up, and it never lives up to the expectations. So I just have no hope, but I'm going to go in with it with an open mind and hope for the best. And hey, if it is, I hope it is. But again, me going in with no expectations is what needs to happen. I think Logan Paul will cheat to retain. I mean, no cheating. I mean, there's no cheating in triple threat matches, but I just don't know why you would have Logan Paul win the championship if you know Logan Paul is not going to be around after WrestleMania. There's going to be a lot of people that leave after WrestleMania. That's why I think we see like Bron Breakker come up officially after he's done with the War Dogs. I think we'll see other people come up as time goes on. But there's going to be a lot of people leaving, guys, so it will be interesting. Pat McAfee will be the host. I mean, I think that would be a perfect person, but I also think Pat McAfee will be calling the show. So maybe he does both. Out of the 4 matches that will be and that have been announced, what match will be Booty Cheeks? Out of the 4 matches, I think all the matches are going to be good. But I think the match out of those 4 that may disappoint is AJ Styles and LA Knight. I just hope LA Knight picks up the dub. It's a new day. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Jadis. Yes, it is. Okay, if Awesome Truth doesn't win, do you have Judgment Day? I think I want Judgment Day to lose. So Awesome Truth or DIY should win. You didn't talk about Trump. True? Trumblebee and Tino at WrestleMania. What kind of match you want to have it in? Casket match? Ambulance match? I'm going to put them in an ambulance, guys.
Oh, bro. Yeah.
You really think July is her mom? Huh? What, huh? Oh, are you talking? Oh, Jade winning Money in the Bank? What are you looking at me like that for, boy?
I don't know. I do probably a ladder match.
He said a ladder match. Why? Because you can climb faster than I can?
Oh, my God. Never. Okay, a table match, then.
He said a tables match.
You can still pick me up and slam me without getting up on a rope.
What do you mean? I'm just going to light that on fire and just put you through it.
Yeah, you wish.
Yeah. Tables match, guys. It's like 2K. We're going to light it on fire.
Like, what's his name?
I'm
You
done.
have a bunch of thumbtacks in me.
Oh, Mick Foley. Let's do
Yo.
it. Io Sky versus Bayley is going to be the best match. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be the best match. It definitely will be up there. They did that at WrestleMania 39. Brock versus Raw. Yes, that's what I said. The biggest match of everybody, and it was the worst match of all time. Do Chumblebee versus Tino in 2K. Chumblebee has to make his character. So maybe I'll allow Chumblebee to make a character.
I was trying to tell him last night, chat, but he was being a bully, and he told me no.
Because I was playing 2K.
In the other bedroom.
Yeah, so what? Yeah, you can't have 2 things open at the same time, silly guy. So eventually we will have Chumblebee make a character, and I will beat him in a tables match.
Hit this guy.
Dakota Kai is going to win Money in the Bank.
No. Real life.
This guy, he said he wants to do 2K in real life. Guys, you want to see Tino versus Chumblebee in a ladder match in real life?
Table match.
Tables match?
So it's good climb ladders.
Shut up. So, guys, that's all we got here for you today. If there's anything I missed, I don't think I did. I'm pretty sure I got it all for the week. So, if there is anything I missed, guys, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in anything if I did miss anything. But
You're a slacker.
that's how we are going to end the show here today. Wait, what? What'd you say?
You're a slacker.
Slacker? What you mean, bro? We've been here for 15 minutes. Hey, so, guys, I'm going to go beat up Chumblebee now. So, you guys know what to do. Go and hit the like button on this episode. Go and follow all the social medias on the ticker below. Go follow the Southside Boys, Tino's Tom, all that good stuff on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and all your social medias. Make sure to become a member. Leave a super chat or two. Remember, if you do leave a super chat, you automatically get another entry into the raffle once we hit 2,000 subscribers, as we are officially on the road to 1,900 and 2K, as we are inching closer and closer to 2K, and then heading on our road to 3K, and so on and so forth. So, you leave a super chat, a little initiative, and a little help for you for helping me. So, thank you guys all so much. Go and do all that good stuff. But if you can't, I understand. But make sure you do these last 3 things before you leave. You hit that like button on this episode. You subscribe on the road to 1,900. And lastly, guys, turn that notification button on so you know when we go live next, which will be at 6:30 for MLB The Show. But of course, before we leave, thank you, Jadis. I got to give out tonight's MVP, today's MVP. And I think it was a close one between Jadis and Chris. But as I'm going up, I see a lot more Jadis than Chris. So, Jadis, you are tonight's MVP, today's MVP. And now you got to come back for the MLB The Show to retain your title and become the MVP of Tuesday on Tino's Time. So, guys, go and do all that good stuff. Start the show from the beginning. And if you're not, I understand. If you're bored, if I didn't entertain you, I also understand too. But, guys, I'm done here. So I'll see you at 6:30 for MLB The Show. Go and hit that button. Go and subscribe, notify, and I'll see you at 6:30 for MLB The Show.
Spear!